It is the time for us to have another main speaker, Dr. Sangdao Ruangkiattikul is coming to speak regarding acupuncture for health. Please welcome Dr. Sangdao.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank Pattaya Expats Club and Mr. Patrick for inviting me to talk about acupuncture today. ขอบคุณค่ะ 20 years ago, I worked as pharmacist and I had chronic lower back pain. Of course, I can find the medicine that can stop the pain, but I cannot find any medicine which has no side effect. So I had decided to try acupuncture. I felt much better. I was surprised with the treatment, but I didn't know why. At that time, Thailand had written information about acupuncture. So I went to China for 3 months to start taking acupuncture course. Oh, this course I was fascinating and amazed about acupuncture. I fell in love with acupuncture and dreamed to be the acupuncturist. After I went to Thailand, I had opportunity to practice in the army hospital with my teacher, a very well-known acupuncturist. To be an acupuncturist, it is required that you must study in the minimum 5 years in the university and pass the examination. Today, my dream came true. My passion is my job. Now you know briefly about me. What about acupuncture? The Chinese doctor believed that the practice of acupuncture began during the Stone Age, with stone knife of sharp and tool described by character green stone were used to puncture and drain abscesses. They also used the needle from bone and bamboo. The first document that described an organized system of diagnosis and treatment with acupuncture is the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Organ, dating from 100 BC. The information was presented in form of the question by the emperor and learned applied from his minister, Shipo. In it, acupuncture was described as a means of letting out energy and blood obstruction by making hole in the body along certain pathway called meridian. In Ming Dynasty, this broad figure shows the acupuncture, acupoint, and meridian in use today and used for teaching and treatment purposes. Acupuncture history in America. Acupuncture arrived in America when President Nixon opened up relations to China in 1971. A New York Times journalist, James Richmond, in China at that time and had an emergency appendectomy with acupuncture used as the anesthetic. He wrote about acupuncture upon returning to the United States that his post-operative pain after appendectomy treatment was relieved by acupuncture in the anti-imperialist hospital in Beijing. Moreover, Nixon's personal physician, Mr. Walter, was so impressed with the treatment and set up an committee to investigate acupuncture. Then the acupuncture and research conference were held in the following year. What is acupuncture? Acupuncture from Latin "excus" and "punctula". "Excus" means needles and "punctula" is mean to puncture. So it means put the needle in the specific site that is called acupoint. There is no any medicine or chemical in the needle, but the result is from stimulating technique and selected acupoint along meridian. How does this work? Based on traditional Chinese medicine theory, we explain acupuncture action in terms of energy or qi, which flow in the meridian throughout the body and over its surfaces. Each meridian composed energy and blood. It connects in the internal organs, including muscle, joints, bones, and other organs. Chinese doctors believe that health is a harmony of balance within the body itself and the body and the external environment. When the body is in balance, qi and blood flow smoothly through the meridian to nourish the organs and tissue. If any obstruction occurs in one of the channels, the body becomes imbalanced and illness. One of the most important concepts of Chinese is the fundamental theory of yin and yang. Both of them are opposite but relation, such as yin represents male, peaceful, calm, water, cold, relaxed, passive. On the other hand, yang represents male, powerful, stimulation, fire, hot, movement, and active. Yang has its root in yin. Yin has its root in yang. Without yin, yang cannot arise. Without yang, yin cannot be born. Yin alone cannot arise. Yang alone cannot grow. Yin and yang are divisible but inseparable. Their proper relationship is health. A disturbance in the relationship is disease. Using traditional Chinese medicine theory diagnosis, we can know the kind of imbalance and the cause of symptoms. Acupuncture can play a role in reversing the vital qi and reducing the excess pathogen by way of proper acupoint selection and appropriate needling manipulation, so the symptom can be quickly relieved effectively and the body can return to a healthy condition with the equilibrium yin and yang. What current health problems can be treated? In June 1979, the World Health Organization, or WHO, conducted a symposium on acupuncture in Beijing, China. Many researchers, trials, reviews are reported. Following the publication and my experience, I can rise in each system, such as pain. Acupuncture can treat for headache, migraine, neck pain, low back pain, knee pain, spot injury pain. Neurology system, for example, stroke, Bell palsy, sciatica. Respiratory and ear system, vertigo, tinnitus. Gastrointestinal system, for example, abdominal pain, GERD, nausea, vomiting, indigestion. Reproductive system, such as impotence, infertility. Emotion and hormone system, for example, insomnia, depression, obesity, smoking addiction. needles are used of stainless steel, making them flexible and preventing them from breaking or rusting. Needles are disposable. They vary in size between 13 and 130 millimeter. The shorter needle used near face and eyes, and longer needle used in the bigger area. The needle diameter vary from 0.16 to 0.46 millimeters. The thinner needle used on patient who is sensitive for pain. Pattaya International Hospital also provided the smallest needle that you can see here. This is the smallest needle that I use. If you want to see, you can come after finished presentation. Most people feel no pain or little pain when they are inserted. They often say they feel energized or relaxed after treatment. However, the needle can cause temporary soreness, that is the arrival of qi. Acupuncture is generally safe when done by specialists using clean technique and single-use needle. Don't be afraid to treat with acupuncture. Here are famous celebrities who have tried it. So, why not? Thank you for your attention.
Any questions for Dr.
Thank you for your interesting information. I'd like to ask one question. Can acupuncture be used in the chakras? You know, the chakra, the centers in the it's like a kundalini. You have a kundalini that each separate. Do you know what the chakra is?
Can you explain more?
Yes. Well,
is it left or is this or what?
There's chi areas in the back of the spine, and when these are clogged up, and as you're explaining this, acupuncture will release the chi from certain areas and let it flow. Well, actually, this is the same as I understand. I'm not that adapted to it. Is the chakras? Okay. I believe it can be, but I don't think you usually use that in your treatments. Thank you.
Okay, let me explain like acupuncture action is about the qi and blood circulation. If you have any obstruction or you have pain at that area, I think this can help. Okay? Yes.
Yeah, next question.
Yeah, hello. I'm just interested in the very first people that ever discovered this, which is fascinating for me. Like you said, how far BC? 100 BC? They didn't have metal or anything like that.
This is a record of that book, 100 BC.
Yeah, and somebody came up with the idea, if I stick a bunch of pins in you, I'm going to fix you, and I just find that amazing that somebody could come up with that concept. But what did they use before they had needles? You said stones or?
Stone, wood, metal, and
They
then
just
have the
stick bones
metal
in
edge.
and that would work too today. If you stick bones in somebody, it would work today.
Because at that time is no stainless steel, so they use
Yeah,
bone.
but I'm just curious, if you use bone today, will you get the same effect?
Right now, some people use acupressure, so use the metal, maybe like a bone or stone to pressure, but it's more painful.
Okay, just curious. Amazed that something, that would work back then, somebody would figure it out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Yeah.
Some years ago in Australia, I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, and I went to the doctor, of course. He gave me some medicine, which gave me side effects. I went to other medicine for the side effects, another medicine for the side effect for that. It went on and on. So I stopped. I went to an acupuncturist and had a lot of treatments. And sometimes he puts electrical stimulation onto the needle as well to stimulate, and sometimes not. But I was, the surgeon I was dealing with said to me that I would be in a wheelchair by the, I was then 52, said I'd be in a wheelchair by the time I was 60. So at 68, I came to Thailand and I did the bungee jump and sent him the certificate. And I'm going to do it again when I'm 80. And I've been using some acupuncture in those years, and I think it's, if you can stay away from the medical profession and develop some faith in this treatment, it'll do you the world of good. It's done me the world of good anyway. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Any more questions? Yeah, one in the back.
I'm from Germany, so I mentioned in the year 2006 I had an operation and there was damage, my second venous nerve was damaged. So I have to take medicine like Tramadol and Lyrica. I don't know if you know that. So my question is if it's possible to make, to have a way to have not so much pain. Do you understand? I had a damage in the
Which nerve that are damaged, as you say?
yes.
Which one? Which nerve? That you say ear or shoulder?
Second way.
So you have the like a face problem, right? Okay. Many patients come to treat about that nerve damage and the face problem. And you can come to talk with me after presentation and I explain more specific for your problem. Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Any more questions? Yeah, one more.
Can acupuncture be used to reduce blood pressure?
Hypertension, right?
High blood pressure, yes.
For hypertension, have like this, if it's acute and not very long time, it's more easy than you have the chronic hypertension. But we can use together with the tablet, the medicine, the hypertension medicine, because our hypertension medicine is like a progress. For example, today you take only one tab, maybe next 2 months, 3 months you have to take more, and of course more side effects. So if you treat with acupuncture, can slowly about the progression, and if you have the good response, maybe you can slowly withdraw about your tablet. Okay.
Any more questions? Yeah, one more question from Don.
Another question, but I'd like to congratulate anyone that does go get this act. It works. It's absolutely. I know I had a knee pain for a long time, and I went up to Klong Tui, this acupuncture doctor, and two treatments, and I was walking again without the cane. Thank you. It works. Absolutely.
Thank you, that's it for the audience. Thank you, doctor, for coming to our club and accept a certificate of appreciation from Park's behalf. Please give her a big hand.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before our open forum starts, Steve Kendall will come on stage. But before that, I would like to have some prize given away.